And like I say too, we had been doing air cooled engines. Germany, Lucifer Star was working on air cooled engines. I was working on them, but they just they just weren't good enough. There was no, you couldn't cool the engine down enough, and it just wasn't working. That's why when Howard Hughes was going to reverse engineer or started reverse engineering some of my engines, or trying to figure out how my aircrafts, or trying to come up with an engine design, I was like, good luck with that. Anyway, Howard Hughes or the people, whatever, they took them 2 years or 5 years to reverse engineer my aircraft. We gave them two very good, basically I had two very good aircraft. They were reverse engines and Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, pusher props, because I kind of like pusher props better anyway, or whatever. Anyway, though, but basically we had the Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, and we put them on basically the first B-29 or whatever, the Germany one. It was reverse engine, and it was Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, because Rolls-Royce Merlin engine was an inline engine, and basically, or V whatever, I don't really know at this point in time. Like it was a progressive thing. There was a lot of Rolls-Royce Merlin engines. It was my engine company, and I might have bought the whole company for like a dime, 10 cents. Like back then, things were really cheap for me. There was a lot of times when it's like, that's maybe why it's Daimler, because I bought it for 10 cents, or maybe they're making dimes. I don't know. Anyway, though, or die whatever. Basically a die company. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I mean, basically it was my company pretty much. It was my German company. And, basically they were my engines, because I was spending a lot of time and effort and investing a lot of money into these engines. And basically nothing. Like, it was all about the metallurgy, and we just didn't have the metallurgy. The metallurgy just wasn't there. The metallurgy wasn't there for a long, 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 long time. Pig metal, stuff like that. It wasn't until like way later on that we actually finally got the metallurgy up to par. And basically, I had to pretty much have a blacksmith shop at the mines itself, and at the, I had to basically have blacksmith shops everywhere, and have them constantly doing. It took over 1,000 or 1,200 different tests just to get steel down, or more, actually. A lot. It took a long time just to get the steel metallurgy down. It took a long, long time. Steel metallurgy is not one of those things you just come up with. It's going to take you a while if you don't know what you're doing. So anyway though, it took a while. And so I had them working on the air-cooled engines and everything long before we even had the metallurgy down. And so we were working on it. And then, like I told my people, I was like, just build the engine. Don't worry about how heavy it is or how light it is. Just build it so it will run. Don't worry about anything. Just build whatever will work. And then I came up with the injectors and stuff like that for the diesel and stuff like that. And there was a couple other things, I had a couple ideas. So basically my people were working on the engines. And so I was like, just do it, this way. And then we'll worry about weight later on. And basically we're just doing for trade. I was like, we'll learn. You gotta learn to walk before you fly, and stuff like that. Other people would say these things too. We'll do this and then we'll get to that. And so because my people were trying to rush it, they were trying to move really fast, and I was like, don't try and go fast. You're just gonna get yourself hurt. Slow and steady. That's what we do. We do slow and steady and careful. That way we don't make any mistakes. So, that's basically how we proceeded, how Germany was going. We were very careful with everything. We wrote everything down. They wrote everything down. They were doing exactly as I wanted done, exactly my way. So, and I would tell them all the time, I was like, you have to do it my way. You can't, or have a good reason why we shouldn't do it my way. So basically, Germany was doing everything my way pretty much, and basically, we were steadily moving ahead, and we were a good distance more advanced than the rest of the world. That's why everybody wanted into my Auschwitz sites and everywhere else, because we were the cutting edge. We had synthetic oils when no one else did, and it's mostly because I wanted to get away from whale oil. There was a lot of whale oil, and whales were being slaughtered by the thousands. And I was like, eek, this isn't good. We need to come up with another way. So I put an emphasis on it, basically. And basically, so Yeah, because I didn't want to see all the whales in the ocean slaughtered. I had 34 ships, and I was told that there were 100 and something, or 240 whalers out there. So, or fishing haulers. And I was like, oh, that's not good. That's too many. Because that's going to, we're going to start making a dent in the ocean, in the supply of fish in the ocean. It won't be that long, and there's actually probably thousands of them. For every one I knew about, there were probably 8 or 9 harbors out there that I didn't know about. So, anyway though, so I had to find an alternative method for doing whale oil. Anyway though, but I'm talking about Howard Hughes, and basically they were trying to use their air-cooled engine. They're trying to do the air-cooled engine, and I was laughing at them because I was like, "You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it." It took us 2, 3, 4, 5 years to actually get a good enough air-cooled engine, and basically, eventually, Rolls-Royce, my engine people had to basically. I was like, "All right, they need an engine, so let's go ahead and build it for them." Or something like that, and basically we did the, my Germans actually did the air-cooled engine and everything else like that, and that's why it's a Rolls-Royce engine, because we, I had already specified things like it's going to have an oil cooler. It has to have an oil cooler. You can't do an air-cooled engine without an oil cooler. You have to have a way of cooling the oil, and stuff like that. We had already found out all these things. It's like, yeah, it's going to cook it, unless it's moving at top speed. And even then. Anyway, though, and then there's also the altitude compensation and all that other stuff, so it had to have a turbocharger. And I would tell my people, I was like, don't even bother building an engine without a turbocharger, especially if it's going to be an aircraft. It has to be altitude compensating. So, anyway, though, so basically, pretty much the American bombers could only go up to about 10,000 or 6,000 feet. That was it. They were vastly underpowered. The United States, the U.S. aircraft could only go up to about 6,000 feet, and they're vastly underpowered. That was the best as Howard Hughes could do. And my Germany was like, far from nuking. My Germans were like, oh yes, we came up with this 5 years ago. Anyway, Germany was just like, advanced. I just didn't tell anyone. We had night scopes, we had everything. We just didn't show off. I always kept a little in the back. Everyone got that from me. I came out with things as I knew they were tested, as I knew they would work, as I knew they were effective. And so that basically, and I basically kept everything for my immediate people and my immediate troops, because here you go, here, have an atom bomb. Oh, thank you. And basically, yeah, you're dead now. Ha 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 ha. You handed someone an atom bomb, and now they just basically bomb the shit out of you, and you're dead. Great. It's like, yeah, I wasn't that person. So I kept everything for my military first, for the best, the best, the best, the best. That were my people. And then I share, for that one day when basically Nixon was like, that really hurt. But you forgot about this. Meet El Panza. Yeah, I always had a little in the back. Like I said, they attacked me with they attacked one of my gun manufacturing plants with machine guns, and we rolled out the Gatlings for the first time ever. Yeah, they've been back there 35 years. Yeah, I had the Gatlings there. Oh well, didn't work out too good, did it? That's pretty much how it would be for the next 35 years for some people. It's like, attack! Oh yeah, Panzers! Attack! Aircraft! Yeah, it's like, that's your actual history, by the way. Basically, me in Germany, just waving a flag. And people, I'm like, eek, Gatling, Panzers. Jets! That's pretty much how it went. Because I always had something in the back, and usually I'd been back there for like 30 years.